My name is Chris Cox. I'm the senior advisor and the president of Kimcox Inc. We are a small business advisory firm. We are nationwide, so we service clients all over the country, both West Coast to East Coast. It doesn't really matter where you're at. So we have a large concentration of clients in the Midwest right now. It's just one of the areas that just really caught on word of mouth. And South Florida has been growing pretty quickly as well. So our specialty is working in the advisory space. So we definitely work with small businesses to medium-sized businesses and help them with their, not only just with the accounting and compliance issues, but we also help them with their day-to-day operations, providing consultative services as they need it, when they need it. And in some cases, if we have to, we can even help them. If they need to go away, we can absorb their day-to-day operations temporarily, whatnot, whatever they need from us. Everything that we do relies on technology. So we're completely remote. We work with our clients collaboratively. So in order for us to do that, we use technology, whether it be our accounting programs that we use, whether we use the programs that are managed by GiaSpace, whatever that may be, it's all technology-based. So without it, we couldn't run. We were in a growth phase, which we have been continuously since we began back in 2018. And we needed to further enhance our systems. We needed to grow. We needed to make sure that we had a system in place where our employees would be able to work remotely, because we were in a physical office, but we were gradually starting to move more in the remote to remote workforce, particularly with the changes in the economy, the cost of living in South Florida. I wanted to make sure my employees had options. And so we were not getting the information that we needed. We weren't getting updates on our software. We were having system issues constantly. We were down quite a bit in tax season. So we were having a lot of issues and we weren't getting anything resolved. Sometimes it was taking us 3-4 days to get a call back, or even worse, when I was reaching out and I really needed something, at one point it took over 2 weeks for me to actually get a response from someone after I called 3 separate times over that period and spoke with different people trying to get someone to help me. So that's kind of was the trigger, like, okay, well, I'm done. So we were looking at several different places and trying to determine what we could do with our systems, because everything was in-house at the time. Our server was on site. So we looked at different companies and what they had to offer. And one of the things I really liked about GiaSpace, one, was the fact that Rob came to my office and sat down with me. Second, they had the ability to take our server and put it in their own data center and manage that for me at a reasonable cost. And instead of it being this crazy expensive thing that everyone else was trying to tell me I needed, he was telling me, oh, no, this is something that we can help you with, instead of it being something that was major. Because we're still a small business and we're still growing. We need someone that will work with us and grow with us, instead of telling us we need to be all the way up here when we're still down here. So I didn't want someone that was just going to sell me on something. And I felt really good about that. Whenever he came in, he talked to me, explained what was going on. And he actually came back and introduced me to some of his other teammates or team members. And we worked to get everything moved. It was great. I really liked that interaction. So that was part of the driving force of moving to GiaSpace. Every request that we have submitted has been taken care of right away. If we don't have any wait, my staff are happy. Every time if they have an issue, it's resolved right away. But the fact of the matter is we don't have as many issues anymore. Things are being managed proactively now, and we see the updates coming through. We see things that are happening. We see that all of our machines are consistent and they all have the same software on them. So we all have access to what we need to have access to. and we're not having a hodgepodge of different assets on different machines whenever we all need to have access to the same stuff. The fact that they communicate with us, they reach out to us to make sure that their systems are up to date and that they have everything that they need so that they can continue to take care of us well. Anytime that I've had a question or I'm like, should we update this? Is this valuable for us to do? They get right back to me, or Rob chimes in and says, oh yeah, you should do this or this. Or if I have a question about, should we have a file management software, or should we wait a little longer for this, or should we do lots of different little projects that have come up over the last year, and they have been awesome in their responses and providing us good feedback. And then many times they're not making any additional money from us or anything like that. They're not trying to sell us on anything. They are giving us good, candid advice, what we need, so that we can make an informed decision about what we have to do within our system so that we can taking our business to the next level.